I'm Laurie.
And I'm Stacy.
And we're part of the Red Building team.
And I'm Dr. Goddard, and you're watching
Leopard Spotlight.
Welcome everyone to our first edition of Leopard Spotlight for the 2020-2021 school year. I'm Christian Giordano.
And I'm Lee Kinnebrew. In this edition, a freshman bottles up success inside his own home, a student donates to a community in need, and father and son duo turn a part-time hobby into a full-time business. But first, LNN gives you a look at the new era of sports. Fall, along with fresh determination to play and new precautions for health concerns. Senior Rolf Rucker is optimistic for the 2020 season.
It hasn't impacted it as much as you'd think. Our coaches have had a plan for us, and we've attacked every inch of what we could so far. So it's been going well. Our new coaching staff has come in with a big plan, and we've been hitting it hard for the last 3 weeks, and we plan on continuing to work hard. So we've been able to come together as a unit and deal with adversity together. So we're really looking forward to this year. New system we're all coming together, and it's looking real good for us this year. So we're excited.
Although there will be sports this year, Coach Ross tells how games and events will look different due to state restrictions and COVID-19 limitations.
Everything's been a change. I think I was on staff for about 13 days when we went on spring break and never came back. But it was an opportunity to get to know these guys in a different way. And I think we got to know each other and learn more about each other. If there's anything that we've learned about COVID, we're not guaranteed anything. We're not guaranteed we're going to come to school after spring break, much less football. So they take every opportunity that they have together as a blessing, and we as coaches do as well. Because of COVID, there'll be limited fans in the stands, but it's still going to be football. So you're still going to get to watch your Leopards play, and they're going to go out there and give everything they have. You just may have to be watching on TV. Our mask, the social distance, this gives us an opportunity to play the game. If we don't follow through, it puts people at risk, and it ends this season.
Along with football, other sporting teams, such as cross country and track, are finding new ways to prepare for the season. Coach Carly Littlefield uses motivation to keep the track team determined.
We've been doing a really good job of staying spaced out, kids keeping their masks on. So it hasn't affected practice a whole lot, although we have had to we've divided our team into smaller groups of 10. We've been really fortunate so far, knock on wood, to stay healthy in our team. But just challenges overall, like I said, are just trying to kind of, it's such a tight group of kids, and we have 40 girls on the team, and we have about 50 boys on the team. And normally everything we do is very community based. And so because of COVID, it's been very much like small groups. And so that's been difficult for us. My biggest challenge with this whole COVID thing is I am a hugger, I am a high fiver. I'm very animated in that sense. So I've had to go to the Air 5 and stuff that makes it's really, really hard for me. I think this has been a reminder of do everything to your full ability, work as hard as you can, and do everything, tell the people you love them, and make the most of every single day that you have.
Along with the coaches, track and cross-country runners such as sophomore Matthew Murray are finding new ways to improve their skills and stay positive.
So COVID's changed the team by the way we practice, so we meet and have to spread out, and then we have our individual groups. We've been able to have more free time and hang out, but I think we've gotten to know younger groups not as well, because in the top group there aren't as many freshmen and sophomores, and we just know that it might be the last race, every race we have, so got to give it your all.
This is Lee Kinnebrew, Connor Dunn, Jake Picarillo, and Matthew Urquhart, reporting for the Lovejoy News Network.
Most high school students start looking for jobs to prepare for their future, but these freshmen have already found success in self-made business running right out of their garage. Annabeth, Carter, Aiden, and Kat jet off with the story.
For these high school students, a hobby passed down from their parents has now turned into something they would have never expected.
I taught them how to do, the brewing, the bottling, just the cleaning, all the different processes. Now I just kind of supervise and make sure that they get it all done.
Ethan's dad made root beer. My dad made beer. We used our combined knowledge to make a business because root beer tastes good.
Really, the main driving factor for me is just hanging out with my friends and being able to just, every once in a while, every weekend or so, be able to, have fun and sell some root beer.
Although Jet Brewery has already grown immensely, with the support of their dads in the community, they don't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
Very supportive. I think it's great. I think that when they came to me at 13 and wanted to do this, I was pretty impressed. And so jumped right into it, and they've been pretty successful.
Basically, we want to be able to sell at different restaurants, have our product being sold, because there's multiple restaurants and places that have been extremely interested in selling our drink. That is success. Having our root beer sold, having passive income where we don't have to go and sell it, where somebody else sells it for us, that is the success for me.
As the boys gain business, they know how they also grow and deepen their sense of belonging and community.
It really took us a little while to, get our stance and, move into larger buys from companies in order to start producing more and more root beer. And, we got a lot of help from our friends in school, and we got tried to use some social media to spread our influence, and really just started to kick off after a good couple months. As it comes to learning about business, I think it's really important to know that hard work is everything, and managing your time well, and make sure you market and distribute your message to everybody. And that, if you spend a lot of time on something, something's going to come out of it.
This is Aiden Beaumirage, Kat Smith, Carter Lewis, and Annabeth Smith reporting for the Lovejoy News Network.
Giving back is no easy task. However, one junior has found his way to make a difference in our community. Cheney, John, and George deliver the story.
Throughout America, generational poverty leaves thousands of innocent children homeless every year. In South Dallas, Vogel Alcove fights to offer these kids opportunities that many underprivileged children do not have.
Our goal is to get this family unit to a spot of independence and self-sufficiency, to get them to a place where we break that cycle of poverty.
After seeing the needs of children in his own community, Junior Kendall Carl looked for his way to make a difference. He discovered that every day the children of Vogel Alcove take home a bye-bye bag, a brown bag lunch that ensures no one goes hungry that night.
What ended up happening is we had $4,500 raised, which was going to produce a lot more bye-bye bags than I was going to have the ability to make, or Vogel Alcove had the ability to store.
With this issue in mind, Carl reached out to his social media followers, such as senior Scarlett Tervega, to assist in the production of the bye-bye bags.
So the bags are meant to give a little bit of decoration to the food that he's giving, like boost their encouragement, like make them feel good.
I decided to start this project to raise money to create these bags to donate to Vogel Alcove, especially among the increasing need coming after COVID-19. These are just normal kids, just trying to have fun. They didn't do anything to be in the circumstance they're in. It just as easily could have been any of us. So it's just nice to use the privilege I was given to give back to those kids who may not have had that same privilege.
Although Carl started the project, the Lovejoy community banded together to raise the money needed for the bye-bye bags.
So I raised the money strictly through crowdfunding, really just asking people around. I used a lot of Facebook groups, and I pushed out my GoFundMe and my Venmo link and gained a lot of money that way.
One day he posted and he was like, hey, can anyone help me make these bags? And so I slid up and I was like, I'd be happy to do it. So he gave me brown bags and then wrote encouraging phrases on them, and I drew fun pictures and designed the bags.
To say that these bye-bye bags provide a big impact daily for our families is an understatement. So what Kendall has done in really utilizing his network and bringing together so many of his friends to put these bags together for us has really meant a lot to us.
This is Cheney Kelly with John Falco and George Burris, reporting for the Lovejoy News Network.
Quarantine and hobbies go hand in hand, especially for a freshman who started his own business making and selling longboards with his dad. Noah, Justin, Nolan, and I take you along for the ride.
As the coronavirus pandemic was getting started, high school freshman Nathan White found a way to turn his downtime into a full-fledged business making and selling longboards.
I made my first board just for fun and because I didn't have a longboard and I thought it was cool. It was pretty fun to make and not that hard, so he started selling them. All longboards are, like, what makes them so expensive besides so cheap is like trucks and wheels and also like the board quality. And so right now we're selling ours for $140, but like other companies sell it for around $400. And then like there's now electric ones that sell for like $1,000. So we take these sheets of wood and then we put glue on them and then we press them together to give it a curve. And then we cut it out, sand it around the edges, paint it, put grip tape on it, trucks and wheels, and give it to the person.
Managing their business was more complicated than just learning how to make longboards. Nathan's dad, Aaron White, shares how his knowledge of finance plays into their company's success.
I help guide him from a business standpoint. I'm a business owner as well, and so I guide him through that process. But I also finance a portion of the initial investments.
He buys like the trucks and wheels, so then the trucks and wheel cost goes to him, and then we split the labor.
Lucas Longboards has grown a lot since its start 6 months ago. Navigating sales and distribution was an unexpected challenge for this father-son duo.
It's been really successful. It's hard to keep up because like especially during like when Corona first happened, that's kind of when we started selling them. And then like in the first week we got like 40 orders. So like it took like 3 months to catch up and sell them.
I think it's great. I started businesses at a young age and think that it's a process that young people should go through to understand responsibility and take you down the path of success later in life.
The success of the business has grown alongside the admiration Aaron has for his son.
It gave us a little extra time to spend together and working through problems and things like that together. So it's been a great time for us to spend together.
Well, the goal was to definitely become like a distributor, like kind of have our own website and stuff.
I was never really a big skateboard guy, but when we started doing this, I've gotten more and more into it. So I enjoy riding too.
This is Noah Nadu, Christian Giordano, Justin Lewis, and Nolan Novotny with the Lovejoy News Network.
We hope you enjoyed these stories. Until next time, I'm Christian Giordano. And remember, if there's a story to find, we'll find it here on Leopard Spotlight.